Game 3 of 4 on day 2 of the NAIA tournament in Kansas City. 3 top seeds already through to the quarterfinals. The defending national champion College of Idaho Yotes trying to join them there. But standing in their way, the 5th-seeded Madonna Crusaders. With that, we say hello inside Municipal Auditorium. Nate Ganner, our NAIA Network crew, with you. This is how the doer bracket looks. We finalized 2 teams already today, heading to the quarters. Langston, the top seed, Indiana Wesleyan, the 2 seed, a big second half to overwhelm Arizona Christian. And now we play in the Liston quadrant, the final quarter of the bracket with 2 quarterfinal spots undecided. Top seeded College of Idaho, 5th seeded Madonna to play here. Number 2 Cumberland's, number 3 Morningside to follow us in the finale this evening. The winners of those 2 games will face off a 4th of 4 games tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central. The estimated tip, but as you can tell by this time of the night, usually we fall a little bit behind. About 5:30 tip, a little more about a half hour off the originally scheduled tip time. These 2 teams happy to wait for their turn here at Municipal Auditorium. Samaje Morgan starts with it for the defending champs. Goes inside to Drew Wyman. Backs down block. Turns and scores. Simple as you like for Drew Wyman, the junior from Great Falls, Montana. And Madonna with their opening possession against a 2-free zone look from the Yotes. Devin Dunn goes inside. Juan Cuccelli. That's Isaac Anderson. Works underneath for 2. Anderson has the answer. He averages nearly 17.5 a game, does not lead the team. That's Brendan Young's 18 tonight, 11 in black. 2 of 3 double-figure scores for Madonna. Meanwhile, Drew Wyman swoops in for 2. Wyman averages a hair under a dozen a night. High post left, jumper out from Ryan Nunn. And rebound eventually secured by Jake O'Neal. The leading rebounder for this College of Idaho team at better than 8 a night. Here's Danny Radford. A lot of familiar faces back for the Yotes, including all 5 in the starting lineup. Nearly a 41% three-point shooter this season. He has 7 already. All 3 of the baskets for College of Idaho. And a kickball by Radford. Nunn triggers it in. Anderson works the baseline. Anderson is fouled. It'll be either Wyman or Robinette who gets the foul. Looks like Wyman. And here is the 15th-year head coach of Madonna, Noel Ebenheiser. Madonna class of 2006. He's also the athletics director. Seems like that'd be pretty good job security. 2024 is Madonna's 7th straight winning season. 3rd time in the last 5 years the Crusaders have won at least 25 games. Anderson off on the first, a 76% free throw shooter this season. Madonna beat Dordt by 5 in the first round, then took down 2021 champion Shawnee State by 3 in the second, both of those home games. Crusaders had never won an NAIA tournament game before last season. Got there first, fell in the second round. Now we're in Kansas City for the first time. Radford dribbled off his foot, but he gets away from a couple of Crusaders. Goes to Morgan in the corner. 10 to shoot. Robinette for 3. It's good. The College of Idaho has come out on fire. 4 shots, all have found the bottom for the Yotes, and they lead it 10 to 3 in the opening 2.5 minutes. High post entry to Brendan Young. Back out for a Madonna 3, off the mark from Devin Dunn. And the rebound taken by Radford. Wyman, triple, off the mark. First miss for C of I, and it's out of bounds. Colby Blaine, he's reigning national champions at 30-3. Very impressive record in now 6 years as a head coach of the College of Idaho. They didn't win the Cascade Conference this year, though. They were tripped up by Oregon Tech at home in Caldwell a couple of weeks ago. Snapped a 23-game Yotes winning streak. High post entry, McClellan. Outside, deep three. Ryan Nunn off the heel, and a rebound tapped between a couple of Crusaders and found Morgan. Radford, Wyman, Romanek. Wyman, a deep one. Knocked down, no call, rattles out, and a rebound corralled by Anderson for Madonna. Anderson wasn't ready for the pass, still pulled it in, and Jake O'Neal goes way up to deny Sherrod Graham. Jake O'Neal at just 6'4", but he has athleticism to burn. Part of the reason that these starters maybe don't have gaudy numbers, Samaje Morgan is the highest scorer for the Yotes this year at just under 14 a game, is that they don't have to play that many minutes because there's such quality on the bench and they win game by such lopsided margins so often. McClellan turns and scores. Pulls it out at 5 after nearly 4 minutes played. Nobody for College of Idaho averages more than 24 minutes a game. That's Morgan. So even the starters played barely more than half. Entry pass off the mark and a first Yotes turnover of the game. That's because, on average, the College of Idaho outscored its opponents by more than 23 points per game. That's average. In the tournament so far, they beat Jessup by 31, Cornerstone by a dozen. They dominate the glass, they shoot well, they score 88 a game, and they have depth. Anderson, a wiggle. Anderson caught in the air. His pass tipped out of bounds. And Madonna keeps it with 12 on the timer. College of Idaho started 0-1 last year. They reeled off 35 straight victories. And ultimately beat Indiana Tech for the title and the red band. Graham for 3. 5 straight for Madonna. Crusaders in 2. Stratton Rogers off the bench for the Yotes for the first time. 2 in white. Joined by Alex Germer, redshirt sophomore, transferred in from Missoula native. Rogers works his way around Graham for an easy 2. Rogers was often the Yotes' leading scorer last year, even off the bench. Out of Eagle, Idaho. Kick out left side through the hands. And that sends us into a break. College of Idaho has the basketball back when we return. A 12-8 early lead for the reigning champs.
I told my dad from a young age that I wanted to play ball at the highest level. He told me that hard work and consistency would get me there, and that he had a plan to help measure and track my progress. What I found is that the journey is the dream. With the help of the best coaches in America, my father and I launched an app that gives you a plan to become the best that you can be.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
There are 2 key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is with you to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, or just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
The Madonna Crusaders, founded in 1937, 3,500 students, second year in a row they've been in the tournament, as mentioned, fifth year overall. But last season was the first time they'd ever won in this tournament. And this is the first year they've won multiple games and made it here to Kansas City. And boy, do they have a rather rude welcoming committee. The defending champion College of Idaho Yotes, who brought just about everyone back. Charles Elzy transferred to Division II Hawaii Hilo. And as much as they might miss him, you can understand, and I don't want to offend anybody, but you can understand why he might have thought Hawaii would sound appetizing. That said, if you like great team basketball, regardless of the weather difference in the winter, as Graham is fouled on the jumper by Germer, there are plenty of reasons to make what would otherwise be an insane statement, which is I would rather be in Caldwell, Idaho than Hawaii during the winter. Romanet out of the corner. A third three already for the College of Idaho in the early going and a 15-8 lead. Graham gets the first free throw. He shoots them at 65% for the year. Didn't go very often to the line. That one makes him 14 of 21 on the entire season. He splits and Rogers has the rebound. All looks very comfortable early on for the College of Idaho, which it often does. Robinet couldn't quite handle it. Anderson got his hand to it. Deep three from Immersion is good. Second three for Madonna. Handren goes inside to Robinet. Took contact and finished. Quick assist for Caden Handren as well, just in off the bench. Scobie, Montana native. Goes back into that zone. Immersion left alone. Back-to-back threes. Ethan Immersion, the junior, shoots just 33% from three-point range on the season and averages just a hair over 6.5 a game. He just got half a dozen on back-to-back possessions with a couple of bombs. Morgan missed the layup. Ripped away on the rebound by Rogers, who took a bump and lost the ball. Anderson attacks. Anderson to the rim and a foul. Immersion. That was contested by Handren. The second one is a little closer, though still deep, and a wide open. Back-to-back splashdowns. 4 straight shots have gone down for Madonna from the field. And now Anderson is scheduled to be shooting 2 free throws. He's over at the Madonna bench talking to the training staff. Looks like maybe he has a little bleed somewhere. I think that might be up in his mouth. Anderson, who averages better than 17 a game, has 3 in the early going. He went 1 for 2 his last trip to the line. 76% shooter this year. And 1 for 3 to start from the free throw line. Only Madonna so far. The Yotes haven't been at the free throw line at this point. The Crusaders now just 2 of 5 at the stripe. Normally a 76% free throw shooting team. It's one of their only statistical advantages over the College of Idaho. And the second one does in fact go for Anderson. Meanwhile, Paul Wilson, 7-footer from Idaho Falls, is on for the first time for CFI, along with Dougie Peoples, freshman from Butte, Montana. Handren goes to work on Immersion, had it knocked away, draws 2 defenders. Underneath Wilson. That was a tough one to handle for Peoples, and he couldn't pull it in. Graham to Immersion, jumps into Handren, threw it up the side of the backboard. He was just hoping for a whistle. Rogers looking for back cutters, has to settle for Wilson. who has Brendan Young on him at 6'5". Wilson has 7 inches. Little ball fake by Peoples. 8 to shoot. Peoples gets inside. Left hand smoothly done by the freshman. Turnaround Jay goes down for Brendan Young, leading scorer for Madonna this year at 18 a game. That was his first field goal attempt. Ball is loose, ultimately stolen by Kajelli. Immersion again. Oh my goodness! Ethan Immersion is in all 3 from deep, and they have been way behind the arc. He gives Madonna its first lead. Peoples turns the corner. Peoples stripped by Immersion. Done. They're looking for Immersion. He's looking for another. This one's way off. But a heat check from Ethan Immersion. Sails out of bounds. No hesitation. That is way off. That's got to be a 30-foot. Do people still say Jimmer range? Probably not. That's what it felt like. O'Neal, nice look underneath. Paul Wilson couldn't finish the layup. And the rebound controlled by Devin Dunn. Immersion in the corner, puts his head down. Looking for the back cut of Graham. Inside Young for 2. Nice feed by Jordan Graham. And Brendan Young has 4 points. O'Neal lost his footing for a moment. Hendren, skip pass O'Neal. Steps in for a floater and scores. Jake O'Neal just does some of everything. He's a fun player to watch. It'd be a hard choice with College of Idaho, but if you had to pick only one guy you were allowed to watch, you were just going to watch it instead of the regular broadcast, just an ISO camera on one person when they're on the floor, I think Jake O'Neal would be my choice. But it is tighter for College of Idaho than basically any other team. Jordan Graham. Rebound for a moment touched by O'Neal, but secured by Hendren. Head up all the way, and he's fouled. I think that was Immersion who got his hand in there. Instead, they're going to put the foul on Kajelli. We go to break. Madonna with a spurt to take a 2-point lead.
The first time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with a Focus app. Instant uploads and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
Some of you might already know the Yotes reasonably well because they won the national championship last year and they look good doing it. Just 1,000 undergrads. Maybe a few little bump in enrollment from people who like basketball and want to watch a winning team because they've done a lot of winning the last couple of years. They've won 65 games the last 2 seasons, and they hung the red banner in 2023. But they're down 2 to Madonna after 10 minutes. The Yotes led by as many as 7 in the early going. Here's Peoples, Robinette, Handren with 7 to shoot. Prefers to facilitate, but he can score as well. He banks it home over Immersion, who has been the story of the first 10 minutes. Ethan Immersion, 9 points. He hit his first 3 from deep. Dunn kind of got caught in 2 minds. Graham had it for a moment. The ball pops free. Still loose. 10 to shoot for Madonna. Young, doubled. Skip pass. Immersion. Corner 3. Way off. So he's had 3 swishes and 2 air balls. To be fair on that one, it was always going to be difficult. And Jordan Graham picks up the foul on the rebounding action. That's the 3rd on Madonna. Make it the 2nd, I should say. And 3 on the College of Idaho with the game tied up. Normally, College of Idaho was a first-half team last year, certainly here in Kansas City. The College of Idaho trend was to build a 20-point lead and then gradually squander it throughout the second half and have to hang on. But hang on they did every single time. Handren kicks out Radford. Tough 3. Oh, he got it. Contested by Immersion, but Johnny Radford splashes. Another guy who frequently led College of Idaho in scoring last year off the bench, now starting in the absence of Charles Elsie. And that pass from Anderson was way too tall for the 6-foot Immersion, who might not really be that tall without his hair. He got the hand up on Radford, but it didn't matter. And the bench puts up a 3. Madonna scoreless now for nearly 2.5 minutes. It's a 7-0 College of Idaho run. The Yotes shooting 73% from the field. And still they lead by only 3. Radford again. Foul. Nunn, the 5th year from Findlay, Ohio. Fouled the 3-point shooter Radford, who nearly got a chance at a 4-point play. It just banged out of there.
Number 10, Johnny Radford to the line. 3 shots.
Radford on the season, an 89% foul shooter, and he looks like it. That's how quickly it can happen with the College of Idaho. Madonna would have been feeling great just a few minutes ago, having built an improbable 4-point lead. Sort of like LSU Shreveport in the first game against Langston. They're probably thinking at that point, if we can just keep it around here till the half, we can regroup, talk about a few wrinkles we want to throw in the second, just try to keep hanging on and make them a little bit nervous. Underneath, McClellan, it's loose and stolen by Wyman. 10 straight for the Yotes, and they have it back. Radford, Robinette, in a straitjacket and a foul. Noel Ebenheiser does have a point, which is that there was a lot of contact in the paint at the other end of the floor on the prior possession. But the officials say foul against Madonna, 4th team foul. 3 have been called on the College of Idaho. Robinette at the free throw line. C of I 4 from 5 at the free throw line. Seven-point lead for the Yotes. Matches their largest of the game. Sharon Graham back on. Goes to McClellan, high post. He's doubled. He spins away. It hangs on the rim but falls off. Rebounded by Young. Fresh 20 for Madonna. McClellan high post again. Turns and faces. Young against Wyman. 7 to shoot. Young on the fall away. Way short, and Robinette snatches it out of the air. Here's Samaje Morgan. Hesitated. A ball fake stolen by Anderson. 1 on 3. Anderson slows it down. Young, kick out Anderson. Drives on Wyman. Pull up over Robinette. Got it. Wyman just kind of left him there. And Robinette wasn't really close enough to truly contest the shot. Had his hand up, but not sure that did a whole lot to a player of the quality of Isaac Anderson. Foul on the entry pass called against Ryan Nunn. That's his second. He joins Alex Germer of College of Idaho as the only 2 players with multiple personal fouls in this first half. That is a more problematic foul for Madonna, probably, because they don't have quite the same depth, but they've gone deep in their bench already. College of Idaho has only played 1 more player than Madonna to this point. Stratton Rogers. Little jitter, little back down, lefty hook, no. And the rebound to Matthew McClellan, junior from Canton, Michigan. Averages 12 and 5 on the year. McClellan finds a back-cutting immersion, leaves it for Young. McClellan backs in on O'Neal. Kick out Anderson, 8 to shoot. Pull up from the foul line, drops. Back-to-back buckets for Isaac Anderson. He has 8 efficient points in 9 minutes. And Madonna pulls within 3. Wilson looks opposite. O'Neal for 3. Pass is just a little bit low. It's out of bounds off Madonna. Here's Anderson in some traffic. The Yotes do such a good job. They almost invite you. Normally, as in a zone, you don't necessarily want to give up that high post pass because that's supposed to be the place from which you can pick apart a zone like that. They almost invite the pass to the high post. And they do such a good job of collapsing on it. Morgan was grabbed by Anderson. That's a good call. Sort of an unusual foul because he kind of grabbed Morgan up around the left shoulder, but you could see it from our angle well. First personal on Anderson. That's the 6th against Madonna. Something to keep an eye on now. Those fouls have mounted quickly for the Crusaders. They've been called for 6. College of Idaho just 3. The Yotes are not a great free throw shooting team at 70%. Still don't want to give them more chances at easy points. And the bonus now for 5.5 minutes. O'Neal, skip pass, kick out. Morgan 3, off a pass fake is good. Not an easy skill. And Samaje Morgan, the leading scorer this year for the Yotes, has his first bucket. Shoots it at 41% from 3, best on the team. Madonna's having to initiate this offense way out against a 1-3-1 look from the Yotes with Wilson in the middle of it. And that'll take us into a break with 5 minutes to go in the first half. College of Idaho is led by as many as 7. It's a 6-point advantage for the defending champs.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you.
welcome.
This has been an interesting first half, I think you'd have to say. I don't know that Yotes fans get nervous easily since this team has so consistently won games on the strength of its 5 or 10 best minutes. Even if there are 5 or 10 not so good minutes in there somewhere. But Madonna fans had to be at least a little bit excited when they took that 4-point lead, even if you had to know that Ethan Immersion hitting 30-footers was probably not going to be a sustainable offense forever. Though he hasn't really gotten a clean look since then. He forced one up and airballed, and then he had to throw one up at the end of the shot clock and airballed. So he really hasn't missed a good rhythm look yet. And who knows, the way we've seen threes sometimes level the playing field in tournament settings. Anderson high post, 6 to shoot. Working on a 7-footer, Wilson. Gets it off over him, just got a piece of the rim. And that gets a fresh 20 for Madonna off the offensive rebound by Kajelli. Young turns. Kajelli high post. Young left alone for 3. Good! Young has scored 7 points and assisted a couple of baskets. He's 3 for 3 from the field. It'll be tough to play better than Young has. Madonna might need him to assert himself a little bit more as the game goes on. Euro by Morgan, couldn't get the reverse. Rogers, the second chance. Good pass to Paul Wilson, took a bump, didn't get a call, and the rebound controlled by Young. Morgan goes down. Dunn underneath. Immersion, nice bounce pass feed. But nothing could come of it in the end. Kajelli only threw it to Anderson, who finds a perfect 9 points for Madonna's leading scorer, Brendan Young, the junior from Fowlerville, Michigan, in this first half. And Madonna on a 5-0 spurt to get back within 1. Morgan rims it out. Rebound loose. Rogers corrals. Wilson isolated. Size advantage on Kajelli. Couldn't finish. Has the rebound. Third chance for the College of Idaho. Morgan bumps. Pull up 3. Got the backboard first. Would have reset the shot clock, but never really got close to going in. Madonna can take the lead back. Anderson thought about it. And a lob underneath to nobody. Kevin Dunn thought about a 3. Threw it underneath. There was nobody home. Radford thought he was fouled. Morgan, pull up. Off the heel, loose ball, saved by Hendren, but it was out of bounds. 2:48 to go in the first half. A 1-point lead for College of Idaho, but how about this ball movement? Immersion, tight angle bounce pass. A good feed to Anderson. He kept his head up, found Young. Not even high post, he found a little pocket right in the middle of the paint. And Kobe Blaine is not happy with, I guess, the officials. He didn't think that ball went out of bounds. Oh, no, he's upset about that Johnny Radford 3, the initial shot of that possession for the Yotes, when Radford and evidently Kobe Blaine thought he was fouled. And certainly it looked like there was some contact. It was tough to tell from here. That's the opposite corner from us. Kick ball, and the shot clock resets to 20. And Kobe Blaine is convinced it's a foul. Madonna has done well to get the Yotes shooting percentage under control. Immersion off back iron. Graham had it for a moment, stripped away, and he recovers. Immersion attacks. Graham for 3. Front rim, no good, but a foul on the rebound against the College of Idaho. Cole Blaine is hot again, but this time I think it's with his players rather than the referees. Only the team's 4th. Immersion. Graham, good look. Missed it. Immersion got a hand to it, but Robinette corrals it. College of Idaho has not scored for closing in on 3.5 minutes. How often does that happen? 3 no good. Rebound foul on Madonna. And this will mean free throws to try to snap that College of Idaho scoring drought. Immersion gets the foul. It's the 7th on Madonna, so 1-1 coming for the Yotes with 2:01 to go. Caden Handred will shoot the free throws. 77% foul shooter this season. 3 minutes, 18 seconds for College of Idaho without a point, but Hendren gets the front end. Still, the Yotes have missed their last 8 from the field and 10 of their last 11. So again, this does not happen very often. .121 seconds to play in this first half. Hendren splits the two of them. Anderson has the Madonna rebound. Another chance to tie or take the lead, but a sloppy pass by Young, stolen by Rogers, and he is fouled. See the field goal numbers for the Yotes. They were shooting 73% from the field. At 11 for 15. Since then, just 1 out of 11, and their field goal percentage has come back down to earth. Still a perfectly strong 46%, but Madonna actually shooting better of the two now. They just haven't been as good as at the free throw line or from deep. But College of Idaho now with a couple of misses in a row. Stratton Rogers, not a good free throw shooter. He's good at a lot of other things. Shooting is not his strong suit. Yotes back into that 1-3-1. Young comes free and scores. Brendan Young still perfect from the field. He has 11 points. He's played all the way through this first half for Madonna. Anderson comes away with it. Anderson ahead of the pack. Robinette challenges and a foul. Tyler Robinette picks up his second foul. And Anderson will have 2 free throws with a chance to tie or take the lead for Madonna. Here's Anderson going to the rim. Robinette fouls him. And Isaac Anderson at the line where he's made 2 of 4. Not sure a lot of people here had this pegged for a tie game closing in on the half. Madonna back on top for the first time since the 10:29 mark of the first half. College of Idaho has not had a field goal for now 4 minutes. And the Yotes have led by as many as 7, but now trail by 1 again. Morgan with 9 to shoot. Rogers, they get Radford for 3. Big shot from Johnny Radford. He has 9. It's his second three-pointer. And College of Idaho back in front. Young for a slashing Anderson. Pulls up from 14 and gets the bounce. Anderson has a game-high 12. He and Young have accounted for 23 of Madonna's 38. And it allows the Crusaders to go 2 for 1 most likely. Though College of Idaho has been excellent on the offensive glass, so can't just assume it'll be a 1 and done now. Morgan on the drive, leaves it for Rogers, knocked loose, out of bounds, last off of Madonna. 38 all with 24 seconds to go, 7 on the timer. Here's Johnny Radford with a deep one over Immersion. Morgan gets it in. Robinette took a bump and a foul. I think Colby Blaine felt the need to voice his approval. I believe what he said was very easy call, because the official was, of course, getting some dissent from the Madonna bench across the way. Robinette at the free throw line, where he has made 1 of 2 in the game. This is 1-1. Now 10 points for Robinette, first into double figures. Only averages 9 for the season. Two-point lead for College of Idaho. Paul Wilson comes back on in Robinette's place for this last defensive possession because Robinette has 2 personal fouls. And so Blaine wants to protect him. Madonna can hold for the final shot. Well, the Yotes out of the 1-3-1 into the 2-3. McClellan was left alone for just a moment. Wyman recovered. Anderson off a ball fake, stripped by Morgan with 6 seconds. Morgan loses it. Anderson with 3, finds a cutting immersion, missed the layup, put back, no! Ethan Immersion, the star of the early minutes for Madonna tonight, had an uncontested layup to tie the game at the first half buzzer, and it would not drop. Anderson's putback would have counted, but he never got it on top of the rim. Still, Madonna would be encouraged, and Kobe Blaine, as you can see, a little bit frustrated. The heavily favored Yotes, the top seed, only lead by 2 over 5th-seeded Madonna.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app, instant uploads, and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
I told my dad from a young age that I wanted to play ball at the highest level. He told me that hard work and consistency would get me there, and that he had a plan to help measure and track my progress. What I found is that the journey is the dream. With the help of the best coaches in America, my father and I launched an app that gives you a plan to become the best that you can be.
There are 2 key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is with you to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, or just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
What does it mean to be you at CU? Anything you want. At Clark University, we empower you to pursue your dreams. You can double major and get involved. The arts, athletics, campus ministry, you name it. You can do all the things you love with people we know you'll love even more. And with Clark's group and build your own visit events, you can get in on the fun right now. Schedule your visit today and find out how you can be you at CU.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app, instant uploads, and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
In the heart of the Midwest is a college that's different, where students work for their education instead of paying tuition, where teaching Christian character is just as important as academics, and where future leaders learn from world leaders. A college where our love for America is celebrated by preparing students to take their role in American history. This is College of the Ozarks, and this is where lives are changed.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Kansas Wesleyan is an exciting university and a vibrant community.
It offers unique, nationally ranked academic programs, engaging activities, and successful athletic teams.
KWU combines all of these strengths to open doors for your future.
Learn more today at kwu.edu.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone, too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
The first time I picked up a Spartan CF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
I told my dad from a young age that I wanted to play ball at the highest level. He told me that hard work and consistency would get me there, and that he had a plan to help measure and track my progress. What I found is that the journey is the dream. With the help of the best coaches in America, my father and I launched an app that gives you a plan to become the best that you can be.
When I grow up, I want to be a soccer player.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be an artist.
At Spring Arbor University, we help you grow your childhood dreams into a reality. Surrounded by faculty, staff, and other students who will genuinely care for and about you, you can become more than you ever imagined. Let your light shine at Spring Arbor University.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
First time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
I told my dad from a young age that I wanted to play ball at the highest level. He told me that hard work and consistency would get me there, and that he had a plan to help measure and track my progress. What I found is that the journey is the dream. With the help of the best coaches in America, my father and I launched an app that gives you a plan to become the best that you can be.
First time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
Recent congressional testimony of 3 elite university presidents who could not condemn the genocide of the Jewish people only exacerbates the view that higher education is not doing what it's supposed to do for this country. Based on the Catholic intellectual tradition, at St. Thomas University, we don't tell you what to think, we teach you how to think. So if you want to learn how to think for yourself, think critically, and be educated to become an ethical leader for the global community, STU is for you.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome. I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
2-point lead for the defending national champion College of Idaho Yotes, 40-38 at the break. Nate Cantor, our NAIA Network crew, back with you in Kansas City. Game 3 of 4 today. Madonna led by as many as 4, and their early exploits were led by Ethan Immersion, the junior from Troy, Michigan, who had 3 deep three-pointers in the early minutes. Unfortunately for him, he missed a layup that was at least close to uncontested, even if it was off a sort of scattered sequence that could have tied the game before the half. Tyler Robinette led the way for College of Idaho. He had 11. Made all 3 of his shots from the field, including a pair of three-pointers. He made 3 of 4 at the foul line. Both teams played well. This was, I think, our best offensive game, our best offensive half, with the exception of the turnovers, especially for College of Idaho. 9 turnovers. That is a bizarre number in my mind for the Coyotes, for the Yotes, I should say, to have. And I don't know. It surprises me to see that number. You know, this is as a team, they average not even 10 turnovers a game. So already just a little over 9. Already they're essentially at their team average for turnovers per game, and they did that in 20 minutes. Madonna deserves some credit for that, but it's rare that you see the Yotes not value the basketball a little bit more than that. Meanwhile, for Madonna, maybe a couple more threes could have gone down, but generally I think that's about the half they're looking for. They hung in there on the backboards, which is not always easy to do against College of Idaho. Average is plus 12 rebounding for the season. They're just plus 1 at halftime. Madonna also moved the ball well. 10 assists on 14 made field goals and only 6 turnovers. College of Idaho had more assists than turnovers, 7 against 9, and that is just, again, just not something that you see very often. They average 9.5 turnovers a game. They turned it over 9 times. And they average 1.8 assists for every turnover. That number was 0.7 assists for every turnover in the first half. Barely a third of their normal number. So just by College of Idaho standards, a discombobulated, undisciplined first half of the offensive end. They still scored 40 points. Morgan takes a tumble and a blocking foul. So I'm not a fan, and I think the NAIA has actually tried to take this out of the tournament the last couple of years, of guys just going down as post defenders. At the same time, barring a replay where Morgan was moving a little bit, I don't see how that's a block. We've seen a number in this game and in this tournament, and Morgan pokes it away, chases it down, and the ball bounces out of bounds. Last touch by Nunn. Let's go back to that play and see what there really is here. So Morgan already has kind of put his knee into the back of Young. So for me, I don't think Young, I mean, there's a little bit with his left arm. He doesn't lower his shoulder. He doesn't drive into him. For me, I don't think that's an offensive foul, but I don't see how you can call it a block. I think chances are it's just Morgan going down too easily. It's no call. Robinette for 3. And it drops. They hit the rim 3 times in the backcourt. Robinette stays perfect. And he has 14 points. Stretches the lead for College of Idaho out to 5. So maybe you disagree. You can tweet me, I guess. Young terminates right elbow. Inside, McClellan is fouled by O'Neal. And McClellan will shoot 2 free throws. 74% foul shooter Matthew McClellan going to the line for the first time. I feel like we've seen 3 or 4 of those just today, where they've allowed him to go as no calls. Unless an offensive player really tucks his shoulder, I just have a hard time with back downs as fouls. McClellan gets the bounce and the first free throw. Because I think it was the 2021 tournament. It was getting a little ridiculous. McClellan gets the second half of the free throws, and it's a 3-point game. That became the go-to post defense, certainly for anybody remotely undersized. O'Neal soars in for the reverse. Take O'Neal is scary when he gets downhill. You don't want to get in front of him. 6'4", 205-pound bowling ball. I feel like everything about him just said, I will run you over. steps back, looked at McClellan, but Robinette's in his way, fires a three, rebounded by Young, and a fresh 20 for Madonna. Anderson, outside Dunn, rims out, McClellan the offensive rebound in a crowd. Another one, Devin Dunn. Madonna 0 for 3, and Robinette clears the glass at long last. Morgan, lob for O'Neal! Oh, baby, the Yotes are cooking! 7-point lead for the College of Idaho. Matches its largest of the night. And that was some style. Done. McClellan flips it up and goes. 6 for McClellan. Doesn't feel like that should count for the same number of points as the alley-oop, does it? And yet, O'Neal charges again. 6 straight for Jake O'Neal. Anderson elevates. Robinette denies. Young lays it up there. Young is still perfect. He has 13 points without a miss. Morgan off a hesitation. A euro. A pass that's tipped and stolen. Anderson with a head of steam into O'Neal's chest and a foul. Jake O'Neal's second personal foul, but everything else has been working for him. Look at that drive. Keep his balance. Finishes the reverse. And wait for what's next. Up top.
Anderson to the line. 2 shots.
Makes it look easy. And then for good measure, a little finesse basket. This is a tricky finish. Made that look smooth. 6 straight for Jake O'Neal. Anderson at the line where he's 4 of 6. He has 13. Tied with Young for the team high. Robinette leads all scorers with 14. The only Yote in double figures. Three-point game. College of Idaho on top. 3 minutes played, second half. Morgan has been quiet, leading scorer this year for the Yotes. Just 1 of 6 for his 3 points. O'Neal has been the man in the second half. Working on Graham. Gets to the block. Kick out Morgan. 3 away. And he's fouled. Anderson fouls Morgan. That's Anderson's second personal foul. He, Young, and Nunn, 3 starters for Madonna, all have 2 fouls. For College of Idaho, it's Robinette and O'Neal, as well as Germer on the bench with 2. Anderson just clattering into Morgan, who just missed short on the first free throw.
Second of 3.
Morgan for the season, an 81% foul shooter, and he gets the second. Even on points in the paint, 18 apiece. Second champ points favor Madonna. Points out turnovers do as well, but narrow margins all. It's the 3-point shooting more than anything. 54% for College of Idaho, 31 for Madonna. And overall, 55% for the field, the Yotes, 44% the Crusaders. Sharon Graham down to Matthew McClellan. Bangs in on Robinette. Right hand hook is down. McClellan has 6 of his 8 points since halftime. He hasn't missed from the field or the free throw line. Wyman had those 7 early points. He gets to the rim, scores plus the foul. Wyman's first bucket since the opening 3 minutes. And he'll go to the line to get to double figures. Got a step on Young, and maybe even more importantly than he had one, that's the 3rd personal foul on Madonna's leading scorer this year, Brendan Young. Young is going to stay in the game. He has not come off the floor yet. He has played all 24 minutes. He has 13 points without a miss. Anderson. Shoots on Radford. McClellan down to Young. Size advantage on Morgan. Double from Robinette. Skip pass for Anderson. Way up high. Spin with 6. A kick with 5. McClellan for 3. Matthew McClellan showing out in the second half. 9 of his 11 in the 4 minutes and change since the break. Wyman, the answer. Back and forth we go. He looks at the Madonna bench. He gives him a finger to his lips. He says, quiet down from Michigan. 6-point lead for the Yotes. McClellan underneath Graham, knocked loose by O'Neal, out of bounds to Madonna. 6 on the time. Hendren and Wilson return for College of Idaho. Samaje Morgan and Tyler Robinette sit down. Plenty in purple from Caldwell behind the Yotes bench. That was last off McClellan. Madonna turnover, the 8th. Probably mixed feelings for Noel Emmenheiser, 15th-year head coach of the Crusaders over there. On the one hand, you'd like to be winning. His team has had a 4-point lead. His team's had opportunities. On the other hand, they're hanging around better than I think a lot of neutrals here in Kansas City expected, including people who follow a lot of NAIA basketball. Madonna into a zone, probably as much as anything to protect Brendan Young with his 3 fouls. Wyman off the front iron. Rebound was in Anderson's hands, but poked away. Radford for 3. O'Neal the offensive rebound. O'Neal in on Young. And a foul on Anderson. While Hendren was trying to pass, it's the 3rd foul on Isaac Anderson. Just the 3rd in the second half on Madonna, but Anderson and Young, the 2 leading scorers for the Crusaders, have 3 fouls each.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone, too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
How about the efficiency from these two? Tyler Robinette leading College of Idaho with 14 points. He has not missed from the field. He did miss 1 free throw. Brendan Young has been truly perfect because he hasn't been at the free throw line. So that 6 for 6 is every time the ball has left his hands. Madonna stays in the 2-3 zone, and this is, again, as much as anything, a move to protect Young, who has 3 fouls. Radford out of the corner, and it drops. Big 3, 9-point lead for College of Idaho. And that zone for Madonna has looked bad the first 2 or 3 possessions they've gone to it. And it's putting Noel Emmenheiser in a tough spot. Because what do you do now? McClellan, high post, spins on Wilson. Kick out Graham for 3. And the answer, plus a foul. Jake O'Neal's 3rd personal foul. Count the 3 for Graham. And he'll go to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Checking in for College of Idaho.
Probably a foul. Looks like there's contact to the chest. So O'Neal gets the foul, his 3rd. The 4th on College of Idaho. Graham can't finish the 4-point play, but an offensive rebound. Could be a big possession for Madonna. Graham! Oh, that would have been fun. Rebound loose and grabbed by Radford. Graham missed the free throw, but almost had a chance at a 6-point possession on his own. Radford feels like a moment after a missed opportunity where College of Idaho generally make an opponent pay. This is how the Yotes just crush your spirit. They are so mechanical, so reliable, so consistent. Rogers for 2, no! But he goes up to get the rebound. Handren, Radford. A switch on Kajelli. Crosses him, gets inside and a foul. Radford will shoot 2. So just don't think that zone for Madonna is going to be an option. You can understand it. It's sort of coaching 101 that if you got foul trouble and you don't think you can afford to take a player off the floor for offensive reasons, and that's certainly the case for Young, and you could argue it's the case for Isaac Anderson, though he was getting a brief break and now is back up to return. Radford a rare miss at the free throw line. So he's had 3 go in for him in this game. Second one is perfect. 7-point lead for the College of Idaho. Isaac Anderson back in with 3 fouls. Brendan Young has not left the floor all game. He has 3 fouls. The Yotes back into a 1-3-1. They've used the 2-3 and the 1-3-1 in this game. Anderson. Young for 3. Just too strong. His first miss. Handren kept the dribble alive as he went to ground. Wild pass corralled by the 7-footer Wilson. Good to have the tallest guy on the floor sometimes, and right now they have the tallest by some distance. Kajelli, the Uruguayan, is the tallest for the Crusaders at 6'8". O'Neal, and an offensive foul. Dunn got there first. In the opinion of the officials, this one's close. It's the 4th foul on Jake O'Neal. To me, it's all about to what degree the offensive guy is initiating, and I think that's offensive foul for me. And Colby Blaine is probably making the point that Dunn wasn't really set and didn't necessarily even have the legal guarding position. But to be fair, that arm is away from Colby Blaine's perspective. He's standing behind Jake O'Neal's back. I think if he saw the angle we just showed you, he would at least say that's a gray area. You can understand why he's frustrated. O'Neal has been great in the second half. He does so many things for College of Idaho, and now he has 4 fouls. But I think, for me, probably offensive foul. Anderson, affected by Rogers. Kajelli, offensive rebound. Anderson. College of Idaho wanted 3 seconds. Anderson did have 1 foot in the paint there, his pivot foot. Jumper, no good. Rebound loose, grabbed by Rogers. Yotes on the run. Rogers, pass done. No, Wilson the foul for 2. 9-point lead for College of Idaho. Wonder how much longer Brendan Young could sit on the bench. Kajelli spins back to the right. Wild shot, nearly went. And a foul on the rebound. If this is on Isaac Anderson, it's his 4th, and it is. Isaac Anderson is going to have to take a seat with 11:43 to go in this game. And a Madonna timeout taken by Noel Emmenizer. This is on the edge of getting away from the Crusaders. On the edge. They need something. If it's Anderson, if it's Young, if it's McClellan, who had a great start to the second half, if it's Emmenizer, or rather Immersion again, who hasn't scored since the early going. But they need something because they look at the offensive end like they're running out of ideas. And this foul trouble, 4 on Anderson and 3 on Young, is a real problem. Let's get a look at the bracket as we close in on setting our quarterfinals for tomorrow. First, the Naismith bracket played yesterday. Grace through the top seed, and they looked really good. That was a 60-point game and felt more like 25 or 30-point game for most of it. Evangel coughed up a 20-point lead, but hung on to beat LC State. Meanwhile, in the Crater Quadrant, this was also yesterday. Freed Hardman snuck by the Masters in the first game here in KC this year. Central Baptist made a big comeback to finish that game on a 19-4 run to beat Oklahoma Wesleyan. So we have a 1 against the 15 and a 1 against the 14 on the left side of the bracket. On the right side, things have been much more organized. It's no shock in the dual bracket. Top-seeded Langston, second-seeded Indiana Wesleyan. That was a really good game between the Wildcats and the Fires over Arizona Christian. But Indiana Wesleyan too good in the second half. Meanwhile, in the listed bracket, the last 2 quarterfinal spots up for grabs. With, shall we say, an uncomfortable 9-point lead? Because it's still a 9-point lead. But I doubt Yotes fans are feeling as comfortable as they did even when it was a 7-point lead in the first half. At that point, it looked like maybe College of Idaho would run away. But it has not happened. Now, though, because of the mounting foul trouble and Madonna's zone that has looked porous at best, Lyman gets in and scores. I'm not sure you can see a way back for Madonna other than a bunch of threes. And the fact that Anderson is staying in the game with 4 fouls and more than 11 minutes to go tells you all you need to know about the options or lack thereof at Nolan Heise's disposal. Deep one. There's a 3. Ryan Nunn sticks it. And that's going to be the way. Deep threes off the wing, whether it's the 1-3-1 or the 2-3, will be there. Morgan on the pull-up. Got none to fly by and gets the bounce. Great move by Samaje Morgan. 10-point lead again for College of Idaho. Anderson pass tipped. Morgan leaks out. Morgan saves to Rogers. Yotes look like they'd have a free deuce. Instead, they'll take some time. Rogers has position on McClellan. Spins back. Left it short. Wilson on the offensive glass. Finds a cutting Handren. Wyman for 3. Rebound off Rogers. Hand out of bounds. Madonna is just hanging in there. Don't forget, we have 1 more game still to come tonight. Nunn rattles out. Rebound Wilson. Wyman backs in, turns for a virtually uncontested hook. He timed that well, there is no hand up, that's too easy. 12-point lead for the Yotes, their largest of the game. And Wyman snatches the rebound. He has 17 points to lead all scorers. That's his second board. The winner of this game will take on the winner of our finale this evening, Morningside and Cumberland's, the 3 against the 2. Anderson the steal. Skip to Graham. High post Young. McClellan short corner. In on Wilson. Young 10 to shoot. Gets it on the cut. Bounce feed Graham. Tipped out of bounds. 7 on the timer. And that takes us into a timeout. 8:54 to go in the game. The Yotes have built it out to a 12-point lead.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
From our first day, Roosevelt has been a place for all. Before it was widely accepted, Dr. Edward Sparling stood for social justice. When asked to take a racial and religious census, he simply responded, "We don't count that way." And 62 faculty members walked out with him. Together, they founded Roosevelt University. a place for you to belong.
Madonna trying to hang around against the top seed and defending national champion College of Idaho Yotes, looking for their 31st win of the season, 66th of the last 2 years combined. Oh, look at that! Anderson threw it off Wilson's back and got the deuce. How about that play from Isaac Anderson? The Crusaders are throwing the kitchen sink at him right now. Anderson just put both his hands behind his head. He so wanted to convince the official that wasn't his 5th and final foul. Morgan attacks, scores! What a tough finish from the 5'9" Samaje Morgan. 12-point lead again. Immersion, shovels to Young, floater no, tipped by Handren dangerously over his own basket and ultimately into the hands of Stratton Rogers. Morgan gets a screen from Wilson. Caden Handren, mid-post left, scoop layup, pretty play. 14-point lead for the Yotes, their biggest of the night. It feels like Anderson and Young. Just not a lot else for Madonna. Anderson off the pass fake. Immersion. Ball fake. None. 3 out of the corner.
3 points. 9.
Ryan Nunn has stepped up with a couple of threes in the second half. 5th year from Findlay, Ohio. 32% three-point shooter. Has made 2 out of 5. Back cut Handren. That's too easy. The Yotes just don't stop playing fundamental basketball. You cannot switch off for a second. And the Crusaders look like they're running out of steam. Young steps back, pulls Wilson from the basket. McClellan on the drive. McClellan into contact with Wilson, and the officials say was straight up and down in place. Morgan all the way to the rim. There's no help. Morgan into double figures with 11. He's the 4th Yote to get to double digits. None. Front rim tipped out off McClellan. It's Yote's ball.
Substitution for Madonna, number 21, Devin Dunn.
Morgan just snaking all the way through. It's a simple finish in the end for the Eugene, Oregon native. Morgan gets it back, drives on Young, floater in the paint, rebounded by McClellan. McClellan steps in over Wilson, no, rebounded by Wilson, who rips it away, and a foul on McClellan. That's the 6th against Madonna, so no free throws yet. And a timeout.
Team 6.
Penultimate timeout for Noel Emmenheiser. And I don't know that he has a whole lot of options at his disposal at this point. Madonna, again, a really good performance. I think the Crusaders have acquitted themselves better than a lot of people expected. Frankly, better than I expected they would. Good basketball team. 27-6 this season. And getting really a tough draw for their first ever taste of Kansas City. Young, a junior. Anderson, a junior. It's a team that has experience, but a lot of juniors who get a lot of playing time for Madonna. Would not be a surprise to see the Crusaders back here next year, even if they don't have a big comeback in them over the final 5.5. And just unfortunate for them to have to face College of Idaho in this game. Hendren back in on Anderson, who has 4 fouls. Hendren over Anderson, left it short. Rebound loose, but College of Idaho comes up with it. It's been a while since Johnny Radford fired away. He's made 3 from deep. Wyman has been hot. Anderson on the glass, lost out to Hendren for 2. 3 chances for the Yotes, who had started to eat on the backboards. In the first half, Madonna was -1 on the glass. In the second half, they're -9. Make it -10 after the rebound by Robinette. Anderson takes a risk with 4 fouls, steals it from Hendren, and he is fouled. .438 to go. Anderson will have 2 free throws on the other side of the break, but it's all College of Idaho in the second.
Your journey to become a nurse or advance your practice as a nurse begins at the University of St. Mary. For over a decade, students have chosen USM not just because of our reputation in nursing education, but because of our approach to teaching and learning. Individualized, accredited, cutting edge, applicable. Opportunity awaits you here. Choose your path and prepare to change lives. University of St. Mary, stmary.edu/nursing.
It begins as all great things do, with the flicker, a spark of hope, a moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself, because what defines greatness is a single choice, to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
College of Idaho up 79-62 with 4:38 to go in the game. Nate Gatter and our NAIA Network crew back with you from Kansas City. Game 3 of 4 on the second day of the round of 16. Tomorrow we will play the quarterfinals at 1, 3, 5, and 7 Central Time. Same story as today. What do they say? Same bat time, same bat channel. Anderson at the line for 2. Not a lot of legs left, I don't think, for Mike Anderson, junior from Fort Wayne, who's given a lot for the Crusaders tonight. He is 6 of 9 at free throw line. Make it 7 of 10. Wyman splits the double. Couldn't get by another defender. Thrown ahead for McClellan. Leaves it for Anderson, who couldn't hang on. A tough bounce pass to pull in. And that's as McClellan starts his way to walk back up to the other end of the floor. Brendan Young just looked at him and made a motion like throw it up high. Throw a lob instead of a bounce pass. It's going to be tougher to catch. Those high-speed bounce passes are surprisingly low percentage. Maybe unsurprisingly because of their difficulty, but lower percentage than people think, especially in the college game. Yotes going to use some clock with a 16-point lead. Morgan bounces in. Gets it back with 5. Got Anderson in the air and a foul. Isaac Anderson is done. They're going to have to review this to determine whether it was a 2 or a 3. For the moment, they're calling it 2 shots for Morgan. There will be a review.
Team 7.
And Isaac Anderson is finished for the night and perhaps for the season. The officials head to the monitor. There's Morgan off the ball fake. I think his foot goes forward. Tough to tell from that angle. I think if that's the best look, we'd have to stick with the call on the 4, I would imagine. This might be better. Still can't really tell, but it looks there like his foot probably is on the line. I would expect this to stand. Yeah, that's got to be a 2, right? Right there. Yeah, that's the instep of his right foot. Oh, this might be the best view unless it's blocked. Yeah, it's blocked a little too much, but the foot is on the line, I think. Certainly no look there that could overturn it. This is the best angle. I think you can see it on the inside of the right foot. That to me looks conclusive. But again, even if it weren't, we would stick with 2 shots. You'd need conclusive evidence to overturn. College of Idaho by 16 with 3:42 to play in this game. And Samaje Morgan about to get at least 2 free throws. The officials confirm it is 2 shots. Morgan's foot on the line, and Isaac Anderson is fouled out with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. A lot of good things in this game. But too much Yotes. Too many Yotes. They're in good company. Morgan gets both at the free throw line. He has 13 points. He, Robinette, Radford, and Lyman all have at least 13. O'Neal has chipped in 8 and Hendren 9. Young. Dunn. Young again. And McClellan lost it out of bounds. Last off College of Idaho. It looked like it was probably off McClellan. The Yotes don't complain too much. 11 on the timer. None. McClellan for 3. O'Neal ends up with a rebound. Back on the floor with those 4 fouls. And immediately adding something to his stat line. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for O'Neal in just 19 minutes with his foul trouble. Samaje Morgan has played a team-high 26 minutes. He pulls up for a 3. Rebounded by Nunn. Inside 3 minutes. Young for 3. Rebound tapped out by Robinette. Tracked down by Radford. The Yotes headed toward a date at 7 o'clock tomorrow night with a winner of our finale this evening. 3rd-seeded Morningside, 2nd-seeded Cumberlands. Still to come. O'Neal gets a step on the baseline, takes a hit, scores! Somehow there was no foul, but Jake O'Neal throws up the wild left-hand reverse and scores anyway. He's the 5th Yote into double figures. From the parking lot, Dunn off the mark, Radford for the rebound, foul underneath, and if it's on Jake O'Neal, I think he is finished. So Jake O'Neal has just fouled out for the Yotes, but what a final highlight. This is in my mind, a clear foul on immersion that doesn't get called. And what a circus shot with the left hand by Jake O'Neal. He's tried to stay in, but the officials are now telling him he has to go out. He gets a big hand and well-deserved. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 20 minutes. Meanwhile, Robinet, Wyman, Handren, and Rogers all over there. College of Idaho is starting to go a little bit further into the bench, though not all the way, which is a little surprising. I think this one's pretty much dusted now. Handren back on. He's still sitting on 9 points. He could become the 6th Yote to score 10 or more. McClellan gets both at the free throw line. It's an 18-point gap. Madonna would fall to 27-7. But after last season, broke new ground with first win in the NAIA tournament. This season did as well with 2 wins and a first trip to KC. Morgan turns the corner, terminates at the left elbow, inside Wilson. Handren, 6 Yotes in double figures. That is some accomplishment. Handren 11, Morgan 13, Robinet 14, Radford 13, O'Neal 10, Wyman 17. Nunn, Young, Wilson the rebound. 80 seconds to go, 20-point game. A couple more possessions in this one, and that will be all. But again, Madonna, 1 step every year, and this is a big step. Morgan to the rim, and he's fouled. And I think when they reflect on this, maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe down the line, Noel Emmenheiser and the fans can say that at least for a half, we played with the defending champs and one of the best teams in the country. Had that layup gone in the buzzer, they would have been even at halftime. And I think it's fair for them to take away from that as the Yotes now empty the bench. That it can be done. And they're going to bring back a lot of the most important pieces on this roster, including their top 3 scorers in Young, Anderson, and McClellan. Morgan has 1 more free throw. And he will come off as well. Brian St. Clair is on. Tyler Harris is on. Isaac Mercer, Ethan Tinney, and Aaron Strings, the 5 for the Yotes. Young has his pass tipped and stolen off the backboard by Tyler Harris. Probably one last shot here for College of Idaho with the shot clock still on. Chance for the bench guys to get something. Jake O'Neal is on his feet on the Yotes bench. St. Clair misses. Here's Nunn. McClellan. And a steal. Aaron Strings. Shot clock off. St. Clair lost it anyway. Dunn for 3. Rattles out. That will be all. St. Clair brings it over the timeline. And the College of Idaho, with a dominant second half, moves on to the quarterfinals. The defending champs make it 4 1 seeds in the quarters. An all-chalk Fab Four is still on the table. And Colby Blaine's College of Idaho Yotes have now won 66 games the last 2 years. And they will defend their title for at least 1 more day. The Yotes move on to the quarterfinals tomorrow night. And they win 87-65 over Madonna. 6 different Yotes score in double figures. 14 of them see the 4. And they will play the winner of the 1 game left tonight in the round of 16. 2nd-seeded Cumberlands and 3rd-seed Morningside. Stay with us. 20 minutes on the clock. We'll be back to finish out the day after this.
College of Idaho Yotes